8 psychological tricks people use to control you without saying a word. Have you ever left a conversation feeling guilty, even though you didn't do anything wrong? That feeling doesn't always happen by accident. Some people influence others without raising their voice, making threats, or even asking directly. The unsettling part, most of these tactics are so subtle that you don't notice them until much later. You don't need to study psychology to recognize manipulation. Once you know these 8 behaviors, you'll start spotting them in conversations, relationships, and even at work. The last one is the easiest to miss and one of the most powerful. One of the biggest mistakes I used to make was assuming manipulation always looked obvious. I expected controlling people to be aggressive, loud, or openly dishonest. Real life taught me something different. The most effective manipulation is often quiet. It feels like normal conversation. You don't notice it while it's happening. You notice it afterward when you're wondering why you agreed to something you never wanted. The first tactic is making you feel responsible for someone else's emotions. It sounds like this: after everything I've done for you, or I guess I'll just deal with it myself. Notice what's happening. Instead of making a clear request, they're creating guilt. The goal isn't understanding, it's compliance. The second tactic is creating false urgency. Suddenly, everything becomes an emergency. I need an answer right now. If you don't decide today, you'll regret it. Pressure reduces clear thinking. When people don't have time to reflect, they're more likely to make emotional decisions. That's why confident people rarely allow others to rush important choices. The third tactic is withholding approval. Some people know exactly when to give attention and when to remove it. One day they're warm and supportive. The next day they're distant for no clear reason. That inconsistency keeps people chasing validation. Instead of asking, why are they acting differently, they ask, what did I do wrong? The focus quietly shifts from their behavior to yours. The fourth tactic is twisting your words. You explain your point, they respond to something you never actually said. Now you're defending statements you never made instead of discussing the original issue. If you've ever felt like every conversation ends with you explaining yourself, you've probably experienced this. The fifth tactic is using silence as punishment. Silence can be healthy. Everyone needs space sometimes, but intentional silence meant to create anxiety is different. Its purpose isn't reflection, it's emotional pressure. The sixth tactic is constant comparison. Why can't you be more like them? Healthy feedback focuses on improvement. Manipulation focuses on insecurity. Comparison shifts your attention away from your progress and towards someone else's success. The seventh tactic is making you question your own memory. Someone insists an event happened differently than you remember. They repeatedly deny things they clearly said. Over time, you begin doubting your own judgment. That's a dangerous place to be because confidence starts with trusting your ability to observe reality accurately. The eighth tactic is the one most people overlook. They make every problem your responsibility. Something goes wrong, somehow you become the solution. You apologize, you adjust, you sacrifice. Meanwhile, they rarely accept responsibility for their own actions. Healthy relationships don't work like that. Responsibility is shared. Respect goes both ways. Recognizing these behaviors doesn't mean assuming bad intentions in everyone you meet. People sometimes use unhealthy communication without realizing it. The goal isn't becoming suspicious of everyone. It's becoming aware enough to protect your peace. One habit has helped me more than anything else. When a conversation leaves me feeling confused, guilty, or pressured, I don't make immediate decisions. I step away. I think. I ask myself a simple question. Would I make the same decision if I felt completely calm? That pause has saved me from countless mistakes, because manipulation depends on emotional reactions. Awareness creates space,
and in that space, better decisions become possible. The next time someone pressures you, pause and ask yourself, am I making this decision from confidence or guilt? Am I being rushed unnecessarily? Would I agree if there were no pressure? Those 3 questions can reveal manipulation surprisingly quickly. Which of these 8 behaviors have you experienced or noticed someone using? Share the number in the comments and tell us what happened. Your experience might help someone else recognize the same pattern before it's too late.